Hello, this is Broly SS Guide, and I'm back with another video. And this video is about Horoki to Toki. Yes, yes. Again, Horoki to Toki. And I'm so happy, so happy that he's finally being shown in his true colors. It's being shown, put it that way. Yes, the dude is just nasty, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That's nasty work, bruh. And people are getting thumbnails of him finally showing the right person to be in the thumbnail. Horoki this Hoki. You know what I'm saying? Finally. All these years I just been saying Jim Ryan, Hammer host. Jim Ryan, Hammer host. Finally they're going for his throat. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I've been making videos of this nigga for the longest time. Check out my videos. You'll see Hiroki Toki, fire him. Yes, fire that nigga. He does not care about Sony. He doesn't care about the games. He doesn't care about the fans. All he cares about is maximizing profits, maximizing this, maximizing that. Put things on PC. Take things off PC, which I'm happy about. You know what I'm saying? Take away physical disc. Nah, man. I love my discs. I love my cartridges I have for my Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. You know what I mean? I'm a physical guy. I don't need to have thousands and thousands of video games of cartridges to prove that I'm physical. I lived that life, and I'm still living that life with physical games right in front of me that I like to play. I admit I don't buy every single physical game that comes out. Yes, I don't. But the ones I really want, the ones I want to have forever in my collection, I go and I get those. I do. And it's like they they finally see this guy for what he truly is, man. He's evil. Sony as a company is evil, bro. I'm sorry, but they are evil as shit. They just said something about Jason Schreier has sat there and did an article saying that Sony does not plan on backing down. They even if they lose the player base of the physical copy of people, they feel they have a large enough base of digital that carry them through. Really? That's how they really feel? You know what I'm saying? Like they are willing to sacrifice physical copy players just to stay into digital. So basically, you know what they're banking on? They're younger kids. Think about that. They don't care about who came before them. They care. They don't care about who was on PS1, PS2, PS3. No, what they care about is digital. They care about kids going digital. If you think about it, remember how they made that Frontiers game, the Horizon Frontiers game? It looks so kiddish, right? So they think that it would draw kids in, and they know that kids love digital too. Kids love to swipe. You know what I mean? They love to swipe the screen. And when you have a digital screen, what are you doing? With your controller, it's swiping left, right, up, down. You know what I'm saying? So they they wanted to show this console of the PS6 as a big old cell phone. And all you gotta do is swipe to the left, swipe to the right, and swipe that credit card where you at. Yeah, Taruka the Joker said, yes, yes, yes. Swipe away. Swipe away through all these games with your credit card. Yes, yes. Because I'm greedy. That's what he's doing. That's a greedy son of a... Shut your mouth. But yes, and it's crazy that since Jim Ryan left, the company just went downhill even worse, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I think it'd been better off when Jim Ryan was in there. At least we had games coming out. I didn't see Jim Ryan selling stocks off to get up out of there. Jim Ryan retired, got up out of there. This guy here, Haruki Toki, this guy's on a whole other level, man, of evil. You know what I'm saying? Like Jim Ryan was just old and kind of like outdated, but he did still love the company. You know what I'm saying? I know I said it 1,000 times how he staggered PC ports. But he has said some dumb things about, people don't believe in old games anymore. They don't like old games anymore, right? But it took for Jim Ryan. You know what though? I don't believe that was even Jim Ryan's opinion because Sony hasn't been putting out a lot of their old games. Period. Either. Think about that. Before Jim Ryan became CEO, like when we got the PS4 or the PS3. I didn't see a lot of part. Well, actually, PS3. I didn't see a lot of. Well, they get twisted out of three, I think, something like that, probably. I don't know, but anyway, back to Hiroki the Toki. Yeah, man, like this dude, it's just bad news. I heard he sold his stocks. You know what I'm saying? And he's just doing some really shady, shady things. Um, he's a problem, guys. I'm sorry. Like they need to fire him. They need to fire Nino, whatever his name is, the Nino dude, need to fire his ass too, and Herman Host. He's a part of it. All three of them should be fired. Start seeing the word "fire" on your thumbnails. Fire them. And the first thing I should have on there is Hiroki Toki. He need to go first. Hiroki Toki, Nino, and then Herman Host. Have all three of them at the same time, or just have Hiroki Toki to the face up there first. It doesn't matter. But like just make sure people are aware that he's the mastermind, he's the top gun, he's the one that's caused all the shots of the decisions of what happens and what not. So fire that nigga. You know, that's my opinion. And also, this is what I'm gonna guys. This is what I'm gonna do, guys. Okay, as far as for me, like I said, I will buy Sony's physical games, and I might buy a digital here and there, but I would mostly support physical only from Sony. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad though. Like they sit there and lie about the actual numbers for the physical versus digital. They lied about that. And people want to act like those numbers was never that big. And if they see it numbers being that big, it's like, well, today it could be changed, but today it could be higher than what it is now. Back then, they said God of War was 70% for our physical sales, way higher than the digital. And keep in mind, God of War's a blockbuster. It really is a blockbuster, ain't it? And you know what? That seemed like the reason why Sony's been staggering all those their next gen games. I don't think it's taking that long for them to make those damn games. They did that so that way, cause they know that if a game like God of War comes to play to be sold on a disc version or something like Horizon Forbidden West or Spider Man, it's gonna do way more better on physical. So what they're doing is they're sitting there prolonging those games on purpose, so that way smaller titles will be like, well, digital only, but people don't want to pick that up on the physical copy. They go to digital, and what happens is they can make a whole lot more of those games being sold faster compared to one of their first party big games. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is this: they're purposely staggering their first party games so that way the physical numbers won't outshine the digital numbers. So what they're doing is they're using smaller titles to sell physically versus digitally. Sorry, digitally versus physically, right? And those titles could be like, hey, only on this, only on physical. Sorry, only on this. Sorry about that, guys. Damn it, sorry again. Only on digital. That's what I was trying to say, right? They probably doing like that to set up so that way it will look like the digital is being out showing so more than the physical, right? They some dirty dogs. Take for instance, like let's say, okay, look, let's just say like, all right, a small title from Sony. Um, let's see, something small for Sony, right? Spyro. Let's say something like Spyro. They had Spyro, right? Now Spyro is a first could be a first party game, right? Now let's say Spyro they had something like Heavenly Sword, another great game, right? First party game. Now Heavenly Sword is a probably like a blockbuster type of game. So what they'll do is with Heavenly Sword, instead of them putting it on disc first, they'll pretty much like just delay it for years. And then like the other game like Spyro could come in, take its place. Oh, but better, yeah, better yet, Astrobot. There you go. Now a game like Astrobot won't sell as well on disc and compared to like digital, right? So those they expect those numbers to be a whole lot lower for Astrobot compared to like God of War, right? So with Astrobot, it's the number for disc would drop. You see what I'm saying? The sales of the disc would drop for Astrobot because it's not a demanding game that people want to play. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to go home, go to the store and buy. So like what they're doing is they're taking their big first party games and they're prolonging those games. And what they're doing is telling us, oh yeah, it's gonna take that many years, 8 years. That way the digital will build up. That way they can get all this digital crap out that we might not want to buy physically. And that's how most people think. Like, you know what? I don't want to buy that disc version of that because that ain't really my cup of, that ain't my main thing I like to play all the time. That I had to have in my hands all the time. So I just get it digitally. It's convenient, right? So they using more of that. You know what I'm saying? Like using that strategy of using lesser known type of title games. Like games is like not that popular for people like, yeah, I gotta go buy that day one on the disc version. They're doing that. So that's what they're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So Sony, they are really crooked. They are, man. So that's my opinion of what they're doing. They're prolonging the good games. It's gonna take 8, 9 years. Right. And in the meantime, you gonna put a game like Astrobot. I ain't gonna say it's a bad game. I'm saying like this small baby steps. Come on, man, baby. You know what I'm saying? Concord. It's like, huh? And then you expect physical to go skyrocket with games like that? No. Marathon? No. But put out a Destiny 3 out there right now, and they know physical copies will sell like crazy. They put out Destiny 3 or the newest God of War game. It will sell like crazy. They know it. But anyway, guys, that's it in the video. That's what the God of War trilogy game. It will sell like crazy on the physical disc. They know that. So instead, what they're doing is give us all these little small ticky games that nobody really care that much about to go out there and buy physically. See what I'm saying? That way, it will boost up the numbers of the digital sales. That's what they're doing. Bro, they are, they're cruddy, dog. They're they're shady as shit. And I blame Horoki the Toki wholeheartedly. Japan, Japan, Japan. That's right. Y'all don't want to. Hey, look, I see somebody thumbnail, right? They're sitting there showing Horoki the Toki's shares of being sold, whatever, right? 4.7 million or some shit of that, right? And they got there Jim Ryan's face. It's so bad. Why would you use Jim Ryan's face for a thumbnail showing the current CEO and president Hiroki Toki's sales numbers up there for his sales for shareholders, whatever the shit was. His stock, I'm sorry, his stock sales. Because they are so far up the Japanese ass that they gotta show somebody that's not even in the company no more that has nothing to do with the situation as far as stocks for sale under Haruki Toki. That's crazy. Because a lot of these people are Japan worshippers. I'm not being racist from Japanese people. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying like it's just scary to see people that that's so stuck on another person's culture that they would just blindly just follow them through anything they do that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Show the real person. Show Horoki Toki's picture up on that thumbnail. Why are you showing Jim Ryan for? But yeah, got a thumbnail, the numbers of Horoki Toki's stock sales going off. Come on, bro. Anyway, though, that's the end of the video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in this one. Peace.